Hello, this is Joe Nodebert with the Mallorca BJJ Festival, making a video as we're launching tickets December 1st for the 2022 festival. The dates are October 26th, checking out the 31st, so it's 5 days, 5 nights festival. So one of the big questions that everybody wants to know is what are the entry and exit requirements for Spain? In Mallorca? The answer to that really is nobody really knows. Spain's really open during the busy season. I mean, it really relies on tourism. So they're pretty much open. Where you come from, that could be a different story. You just really need to keep an eye on your own country's requirements, not for you leaving usually, but for what happens when you come back, quarantines, etc. The festival's still 10 months away. This last October we just had in 2021, although we didn't have the festival, we were being careful. It ended up being a pretty decent October for the island, so as far as entry and exit. So we're looking at 2022 to be much better. So how will I be spending my days, you might wonder, at the Mallorca BJJ and Yoga Festival? Good question, because basically it's a free-range type experience. You don't have to stick to any schedule. You have a copy of the schedule. You'll be able to see the schedule. There's different rooms and outdoor spaces where there are different seminars and classes. You can jump in, jump out of any seminar or workshop you want to. You can basically run the whole 5-6 days how you want. So there is no mandatory anything. It's whatever you feel like doing. Let's see, what is the hotel like? What are the rooms like? Well, the Gran Meliá de Mar hotel, it's a 5-star hotel. We picked it not because it's a 5-star hotel, although that's a really nice thing, let me tell you, but it's because of the location. It sits, it's right on the Mediterranean Sea, the Bay of Palma. It's surrounded by water. It's about 3.6 acres of sort of grassy hills and trees. The building itself is designed by quite a famous Catalan architect named José Antonio Condurch de Centenat. He was also recognized by Frank Lloyd Wright at one point in an article. So his building's fantastic. It really sticks out amongst Palma. It's very unique. You won't see anything like it. So that's something to look at if you like architecture. It's against the sea and the backdrop of Palma. It's a beautiful building. So we picked the location because of this space, this connection to nature, the room. Every single room has an amazing sea view. I mean, there's no one room that has a better or worse view. So that's not a problem. Can I come to the festival but stay somewhere else? Unless you're a resident of Mallorca, like you have a residency on the island of Mallorca, or own a second home on the island, you need to stay at the festival grounds for the event. And plus, you really want to. It's just a much better experience anyway. Can we leave the festival grounds? Of course leave the festival grounds. Like I said, it's whatever you want to do with your time is up to you. I mean, we have the opening, on the opening night, we have the opening dinner fiesta, which is like a paella dinner with tapas, etc. Drinks are included. The middle 3 nights you're kind of on your own with what you want to do. You can stay at the Gran Meliá de Mar. They have an amazing hotel, or you can explore historic Palma, which is a 2,000-year-old city, only 10-15 minutes from the hotel, so it's like a 10-15 euro cab ride. And there's lots of restaurants, etc. to go and visit, or explore the whole island if you want. You can rent a car for the day. It's up to you. We do have some locals. They're called Mallorquins, right? They're from Mallorca. They speak basically a Catalan language. They all speak Spanish, of course, but they speak Mallorquin. Anyway, last 2019 event, some of them send some messages out. Meet me in the lobby. I'll take you to the tapas restaurants I grew up on. So you'll see a lot of that kind of thing at the festival. So definitely get out and explore, eat some local cuisine, and then on the very last day we have another party back at the festival, more of a seafood barbecue type thing. But there's lots of options, vegan options for everything, so it's no problem at all. Okay, so another question, a good question is, you're a single person just coming out to the festival, can I split a room with somebody to save some money? Absolutely yes. If you go to our our platform, which is a WeTravel booking system, you can see you'll just need to select a twin room, right? That'll give you 2 single beds. And then in the comments section, just say looking for, put me on the roommate list. And then we'll find a suitable roommate for you, a same-sex roommate. And then you only pay half the cost for the double twin room. If for whatever reason we can't find you a roommate, it's not a problem. You'll just get the room for the price that you paid. So there's no problems with that at all. It's a really great idea. Can I come to the festival but stay less than 5 days? That's a pretty common question. The answer is you could, but it's not going to save you any money and you're going to miss out. So it's, we're booking the one prices for the different room types, and it's for 5 days, and that's it. I mean, I guess if you have a close friend that you want to come the first 3 days and they want to book the next 2 days, we can talk about it and you can send a message and request that, but you've got to pay for the full 5 days. Can I come to the festival early? Right, so the check-in date's the 26th of October. You can be there pretty much anytime that day. Most likely they'll have your room ready. But yeah, in the 2019 festival, you can book up to 2 days before and stay at the hotel. You just have to remember, it's not part of the festival. It's a normal hotel stay. There'll be no seminars or anything like that going on. So it's just 2 days. It's a really nice place to stay for 2 days and get ready, especially if you're coming from overseas and you want to get over some jet lag, not a bad place to do that. But yeah, you can add that at checkout, those extra days, when you make your confirmation, and it'll tally up the extra days for you. Not a problem at all. What is the food situation like at the festival? Okay, so like I said before, there's the opening night fiesta dinner. That's at 7:30 p.m. So try and get there as early as you can. Remember, there's open mats that day earlier. There's also some yoga classes for to adjust yourself after a flight. But yeah, there's dinner that first night, and then there's dinner the last night. Okay. Then of course you've got an amazing 5-star breakfast every morning, right? So those are all included. We did that on purpose so that you do get a chance to go out and explore the island, especially at dinner. For lunch, you can eat at the hotel. If you want to save a little money, you can just go outside the hotel, and there's places you can go outside and, get empanadas for €2 each if you want, or a wrap for €6, or there's all different types of restaurants outside the hotel, so you can do that quickly for lunch, not a problem. If you've never practiced jiu-jitsu before or yoga, is it still worth coming to the festival, or are you interested in coming to the festival? Yeah, you don't have to be an expert or anything to try out jiu-jitsu for the first time ever. Remember, at this festival, it's not just a jiu-jitsu festival. It's not just a yoga festival, right? It's both of them. So there are going to be people coming from all around the world that do yoga that don't even know what jiu-jitsu is. Same with jiu-jitsu. They maybe never tried yoga. There's also, of course, all the Wim Hof type breathing training we have going, the ice baths, the other workshops on sleep, etc. So there's a lot to do, and you can jump into any class you want. There will be beginners classes as well. So you can try those out as a starter or an introduction, maybe get a little history about jiu-jitsu or yoga if you want. So for sure, another question would be if I've got a partner that's coming with me that doesn't do anything, not a problem at all. If they like to sit by the pool and drink sangria or go swimming and do all those kinds of things, then that's fine too. So again, it's a free range experience for everybody. Here's a good question a lot of people will ask, especially if they're coming from overseas, they've never been to Majorca. What is the weather like in Majorca in late October? Well, I can tell you this, it's my favorite time of the year, October. It's not blistering hot like in the summer. You're looking at average highs in the sort of low to mid 20s, which is about low to mid 70s. So it's really comfortable in the day normally. It is an island out in the middle of the Mediterranean. You can get the occasional storm coming in or out, or occasional shower. I would definitely bring a light jacket, especially at night, or a hoodie. We have morning yoga with the sunrise. Before the sun comes out, everybody's out there. You probably want to have a nice thick hoodie on before that sun comes up. When the sun comes up, of course, it warms up much quicker. So it's a great time to be out here. The cool thing is that the Mediterranean has been warming up all summer. So the water temperature in the sea is the same as the air temperature. So it's comfortable. You don't need a wetsuit or anything like that. It's a real advantage about the Mediterranean versus, say, the Atlantic or the Pacific this time of year. So how is this different from a yoga retreat or a jiu-jitsu retreat? Well, it's not necessarily a retreat, right? It's more of a festival, so it's much bigger. And where yoga retreats or jiu-jitsu retreats really are specifically into that discipline, this is very equal, you know, and then along with all the other workshops. So it's retreats, you typically go to every class that's on the schedule. Here you may not, you know. So that's the big difference. Should you get travel insurance? I would say always, if you're traveling. I mean, look, this is a place where, you know, you're learning martial arts. Bodies are getting thrown, you're stretching really hard, you're pushing your limits of your body. So you wanna make sure you protect yourself if you get hurt. You know, the hospitals are great here. With travel insurance, it's really quick at the local private hospitals. You can get looked after if you hurt yourself. Also, you know, in this climate, does it hurt to have cancellation cover? You don't know what's going to happen. You know, you can get insurance cover to cover your trip in the event you have to cancel. You know, our event is non-refundable after the 25th of July, but you don't know, you could have something happen with your job or a COVID situation that could pop up. So definitely get cancellation cover, something to protect yourself. Do you need to bring your own yoga mat? Yeah, I mean, if you have a yoga mat that's your favorite, definitely bring it. I mean, if you're attached to your mat, bring it by all means. We'll have plenty of yoga mats, you know, basic yoga mats. And so, of course, bring your own yoga mat. What about laundry? Yeah, you're there for 5 days, especially when you're going through gis. That's a big question because you got to pack some gis. I would definitely pack 2 gis. If you're doing jiu-jitsu and you want to do lots of gi, pack 2 gis so you always have one to use. But yes, we do have a laundry service. And they'll be there 2 to 3 times in the week. It's like a drop off by 9 a.m. and then they bring it back by 6 p.m. So you need something to use while they do that. You'll be given a laundry bag at check-in. It's based on the kilo. So if you make some friends there on the floor, I would share because it's actually going to be cheaper that way if you can put it all into one bag. Describe the 2019 festival and the attendees. Right. Well, what kind of people were at the festival? You might want to know. Well, really broad mix. I mean, it was about equal jiu-jitsu, equal yoga. It was also equal men, equal women. It was also equal, sort of like there would be couples and then there would be groups of friends and singles. So it was a real mix, all age groups from, you know, there were even some teenagers coming with parents to all ages up and up. So it's a really broad range of mix. It's from around the world. You know, Australia, America, Asia, everywhere. That was probably one of the coolest things.